Blessed love and peace. We've been able to avoid the cyber vortex actually for a number of months, even in doing these joints. Not even tempted to get into it now, um, but like it's like trying to pull. So I am reminded of this joint though to share. I was talking before about not being worried about ego. I think I was talking about relationships specifically. Um, and not even worrying about being ashamed or being humiliated or embarrassed. Uh, Again, it's a matter of focusing on purpose. When we live for something greater than ourselves, what happened? Like, I look stupid, okay. I'm doing the best I can and doing something greater than for myself. So it's not even about me. Um, Pain, okay. That's unfortunate. That's unpleasant. Don't worry about unfortunate, but that's unpleasant. We don't. That's undesirable. But at the same time, yo, is it necessary? Can we do it better? Whatever. Injury, okay. How does that affect our ability to continue doing it? That's the factors. And eventually, when it comes to emotions, like when we're talking about man approaching woman, and additionally, righteous. Again, it's no embarrassment. It's no like all lost out, humiliated or whatever else. It's purpose and it's pain, opening up, vulnerability, sharing the heart, even without even sharing a word, sharing heart, vibes, opening up, and additionally, and then going in different directions. That's pain. I felt breakups without even speaking a word, going through like years of conversation in glances. Serious. So, and then continuing on. And again, it's pain. And it eventually it becomes depletion. It's like, oh, just energy. It's like you're not even worried about getting hurt or embarrassed or whatever else. It's just a matter of energy. But even then, living for a greater purpose, the energy is provided. We have to take care of ourselves and be healthy as much as possible. Nutrition, nourishment, fitness, energy, activity. But like the motivation comes from beyond ourselves. And that's scary because we have less of a, well, I shouldn't say, phrase it in a further affirmational way. It requires a further knowledge set and a skill set to understand the nature of the sharing of that energy. And again, focusing on the purpose because that's how it's shared in a healthy way. Then we can talk about the nasties. Amongst the demons and angels, there's the predators. Again, that feed off people, feed off energy, feed off hate, feed off negativity, feed off blood, feed off children, feed off sex, feed off torture, feed off control, feed off sadomasochism. Literally, get the energy from that thing. Not eating hardly anything, but getting energy, feeding off the suffering of others. Nasty. But kinfolk have learned. So, in this trod of a garden, talked before about the garden of the exterior, how we nourish ourselves, how what we introduce into our bodies. Our body is a universe. Our body is a garden. And what we introduce into the body is what we introduce into the universe. And what we introduce into the garden, our interior garden. Literally the material that we consume, that we enter into our body. The air that we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, whatever we put into our body, particularly the digestion, that becomes our interior universe, our interior garden. And that interior garden guides our thoughts, our energy levels, our sense of well-being, our motivations, and that manifests into the exterior universe and the exterior garden that we find ourselves in a physical sense. And that exterior universe is exactly a manifestation of our interior universe. All the activity we see, all the beings that we see, all the life, all the light, all the energy, all the movement is a manifestation of our interior universe. And we continue in this semblance, this symbiotic, this that veil between the two, and facilitating the exchange of the two, between the two, what we nourish ourselves with, the energy we feed from, and then the energy we project. Physical energy, mental energy, heart energy, and spirit energy. Beyond our thoughts, our thought energy, yes, the mind energy. That's why, like, the mind is so powerful. And that's why it's beneficial to humble, disciplined, modest, simple, natural, harmonious, peaceful, calm, still, honest, purpose, balance, all that. Haile Selassie, His Majesty, shares an example of significant balance, and significant balance with one who carries a lot of weight, sovereignty, the well-being of millions within one's responsibility daily. The lives of tens of millions, hundreds of millions, when we think about the continent of Africa and the entire world. Many people share that responsibility. Everybody shares that responsibility. But fewer people are identified as focal points with expectations of having answers and delegating responsibility. I asked a question with Kinfolk in recent weeks about who do you consider to be the most trusted individual or institution around the world, like for not just a national bias or religious bias, but around the entirety of the world. What do you consider to be the most trusted institution, the most trusted individual or entity? Difficult to answer that question. Some people say their parents, beautiful, respect. Some people say United Nations, yeah, what else is there? Some people say Mr. Rogers. Some people say LeVar Burton. But it's a very appropriate question when we think about even just discerning what is actual, what is not actual, what is fake news, what is hype, what is scripted, and just whatever contrived, and where does that go? Why is it so difficult for people to live in villages with their own kind today? What's stopping it from happening? Even the most like bloodthirsty divide and conquer kinfolk, how do they do that? It's all us. We the ones. So talk about be the change. Nah, be the boss. Be the boss you want there to be in this life. Truth up. That's what we rolling with these days. Kinfolk want to holler at us. Listen to the truth up. We can say big up, truth up, and be the boss. Be the boss. Kinfolk want to give orders. The English language is very violent. American culture is very controlling. Human nature is very predatory. because of that, just people speaking. If you think about British kinfolk, particularly British kinfolk who have power, the monarchy, kinfolk with money. If you listen how the kinfolk speak, very gentle, very soft spoken, because kinfolk have a knowledge about the weight of the words. When listening to Americans talk, it's comparatively staccato, it's very fortissimo, it's very like strong, and it's very controlling. And it's very stressful, it's very static. And it's like it's a mainstream trope of communication. And people are very demanding of each other. Do this, do that, do this, do that, just in common parlance. And it's very devaluing. It's disrespectful. It's subordinating, and it feeds this like one-upsmanship. Everybody got to be the boss, whatever. So when kinfolk start telling us what to do, yo, be the boss. You ready for that? Do you hear yourself? Be the boss. Now I sound hard doing it. I have to be mindful of because people aren't ready. But one way to begin that is truth up. All right, now what was that? I heard that before. What's going on with that? I can't argue with that too tough. So, okay, and then be the boss. Whoa. Wait, who you telling what to me to do what? Huh? Wait, what? How do I argue with that one? Because if I'm going to argue, that means I'm like disagreeing, which means I'm being the boss. Particularly if I'm giving you an order. Have a nice day. Be safe. Take care. Blah, 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 blah. Be the boss. The thing is that boss pays checks. Boss got to look out. Boss got to have answers. So, kinfolk want to be bossy. And that's that. And that's that. Black Cream, South Africa hip hop. What up? Liberate yourself. Liberate yourself. That's Terror MC. Anyways, big up Cape Flats. In the land of Nwasa. So anyways, we're going to wrap it up with that. Everyone's a sovereignty. Everyone's a sovereign. It's a matter of how much one accepts that. There are sovereigns, there are teachers, there are sages, there are ancestors of ours that provide us with specific temporal examples of what this involves. At this point, it's up for each of us. The answers are right here. We have the knowledge of what to do. We have a knowledge about what the discipline is. Ain't nobody to blame. Ain't nobody to blame. The healthy relationship, we're focusing on in-person communication, regularity, trust. So, week begins, and this is what it is. Peace and blessings to all. All thanks and praise to the Most High. Blessed love and peace and rest. All right.